Okay, well, the air compressor was a failure, and I don't like doing this without being plugged into the iPhone, which my camera is, so just make another quick one. I got these boards with a clamp on the side. That seems to work really good. I was using cardboard before, but this is a graduated thing, so that's working good. Try and get the vacuum in line, and don't go too high a speed unless you want to make a whole lot of dust. So if you go, now see, you can see here when I'm chipping it out, I'm not grinding it all out, I'm trying to chip it out, which is, I think, is a big lesson to learn. I used to just grind it most of the time. Now I realize, hey, just cut one side and see if it'll chip. That's the ticket. And just get comfortable. Drop the cord on your thing. Get the eye protection on. Okay, vacuum. As I go along now, I'm realizing how there's easier ways to do these things too. Okay, you see all the mess I got there now? So when I come on this next joint, I can see it's loose on this side here already, so I don't know if I need to do much to see if it'll just come loose. Not very. So question. I think I'm going to go down the open side and open that up a little bit, because you have to hit both sides anyway. Just if you want the new mortar to stick, you need to have the blade on that side and then on this side of the joint before you put the new mortar in. So I'm going to go down the weak side first. Also, what I was going to say is lightly scar the whole joint before you start grinding the whole thing. That way you don't have to keep wondering where the joint is. If you mark it while you can see it, and then slowly grind it in. even if it all doesn't break out, you're still miles ahead. Anytime you can get a big chunk out like that, rather than grinding it, you're way ahead. If I put them all on the same side, I don't like moving things a whole bunch of times, so I think I'll just go on down a little bit further. Now when I do that, if you're cutting if you're cutting this way, it keeps it nice and clean. If you try and cut forward, you're fighting the dust too. This one should come off pretty nice and easy. So I gotta get that out, and then like I say, either way, you gotta use the blade to clean up the sides of the joint if you want the new mortar to stick the best as you can. So I gotta get my music back on. I'm listening to bluegrass, WAMU in Washington, D.C.